What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome back. I want to talk to you about my first impressions of WWE 2K22. So this won't be a long video, but I just want to give you a quick rundown of what my thought process is right now when it comes to this game. Whoa, excuse me. So where do I start? So I started with the fact that most of my time, as of right now, is being played with, as you can see from my uploads, is being played with the My Rise and the Showcase. And I dabble a little bit, just enough with Universe Mode and my GM, and I get into that in a bit. But from that, start off with Showcase. Showcase so far, I haven't completed it just yet, but I'm almost there. But Showcase so far is good because it's a unique insight into Rey Mysterio's mind and thought process and thoughts of what he was thinking when these matches and these events occurred. We got to hear him get, as you see from my latest video, you got to hear him talk about the passing of Eddie Guerrero. You already knew a showcase about Rey Mysterio. They was gonna put that in there, and it actually reminded me of some stuff that I haven't thought about because this happened in 2005. I was 15 at the time when this happened, and I haven't thought about it. It was like, and when I seen it, I was just like, oh man, it's just coming back to me. Like, it was just very emotional. It was very shocking to know that he passed, and was just like, oh, I didn't think about that, but yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I was really shocked because he just had wrestled. I think he was on He might have been on SmackDown. I can't remember if he was on SmackDown or Raw, but I know he just had wrestled that week. And then the Sunday before the Monday Night Raw, he passed, and it was just like, wow. But overall though, my showcase is good. I won't say I haven't completed it yet, so I won't say 100%, but it's good. I would say it's still like the typical showcases from the past. There's nothing really have changed from that, except for the crispier gameplay and the gameplay mechanics, which I'll get to in a minute. I don't think that's gonna be on the next topic, but yeah, nothing really changed about the showcase. I think the one new thing they did add, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but the one thing they did add was the transitions of cutscenes. Now, like I said, I don't know. To me, this is new. But it's been so long since I played the WWE 2K game or whatnot. I probably forgot that they probably had this in the old one, like in 2K19. I never played 20, but maybe they had this in 2K19 and 18. But to me, it's new that when you in the middle of the match, when you play as Rey Mysterio in these multitude of events, there are a multitude of cutscenes, and it is that after you complete a certain amount of goals, the next goal it tells you to do will transition into, as soon as you get ready to do it, it automatically goes into a cutscene, and you're just going back and forth, and then and you could tell the audio is not the generic audio from the actual gameplay, but it's the actual audio from that actual match. And that's the reason why, is because it transitions into that. So basically, when it's doing that transition from the video game to the actual match, the audio that you hear now is the actual audio from the match itself. And then once it gets to a certain point, once like one had Rey Mysterio about to do a springboard, and he does the springboard as video game Rey Mysterio, but as he goes up in the air, you can see the screen transitions into the real life one as he completes the springboard onto I think it was Shawn Michaels or somebody. I do like that. I think that was a great addition to the game, if it's a new addition. Because it's like, it kind of introduce you to that match, to that storyline, while at the same time you're playing it and watching it at the same time. It's like you're playing what Rey Mysterio remembers, and then it shows you what he's remembering in real life and in the video game. So, and I like the accuracy of the different eras of Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero's, Kane and JBL. They have the actual outfit and accuracy outfit from that era. So, yeah, attention to detail, I like that. Speaking of gameplay, the gameplay is crisp. I have not experienced so far. I have not experienced any type of hiccups, any type of bugs. I did the one thing I did experience, and it was just one time where in my rise once it transitions, and you've seen it in some of my videos, once I get done with a match, it will transition to him being on his phone, checking social media, having social media feuds with other superstars and stuff. And the only hiccup I experienced is that when it transitioned to that, to back out of the match back into that, instead of him going to being on his phone, checking his phone, he just standing there looking at the screen. And there's nothing you can do. You can't pause it. You can't hit any type of button. Nothing won't work. It's just stuck there, not frozen, but it's not frozen. Like he's moving, like he's just sitting there like swaying a little bit, but it won't let you do anything because it's somehow somewhat paused or frozen. So you have to restart your game. Other than that, the gameplay is crisp. There was no hiccups in the gameplay, no stoppage, no slowdowns, no frame rate drops, no face melting like in WWE 2K22 where there was glitching. The face was just like in the character especially in character creations, which is the next thing I want to talk about. So far, I love in character creations. I know loving the freedom they give you to customizing your character. I brought the deluxe edition, so I don't know if that is the reason why a lot of stuff was unlocked for me. I think the last time I played it, like there was stuff that you couldn't like get and stuff because certain stuff was locked, like certain people's moveset and interests and stuff. And I don't know because I got the deluxe edition, did that unlock everything for me? But everything was unlocked. I got to customize. As you can see, I went from having a Goldberg like entrant to a generic entrance to a Goldberg entrance to my boy Keith Lee. But yeah, that was cool. My rise. Speaking of my rise is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Rising through the ranks. My friend Dub, he's playing it. He went from the development to the performance center to SmackDown because he won his match. And as you saw in one of my videos, I lost my match to Shinsuke Nakamura, so I ended up having to go to NXT. I pressed Will Regal enough for him to give me a contract to NXT. But if he won it and got the chance to go to, he could shoot. Since he won, he was able to either go to Raw or SmackDown, and he chose to go to SmackDown, where I think he said he's the current Universal and Intercontinental champion. So I'm just like, he's killing it. But I'm also killing it in NXT, where I'm the current NXT champion and North American champion. So I got both of them titles. One of the things he did tell me that I haven't experienced yet, because I haven't been able to yet to transfer, from like NXT to Raw, SmackDown. But he told me that since he on SmackDown, for him the draft pack came around. He played it to the point where he got to the draft, and that he found out that if you switch from SmackDown to Raw, any and all championships you're holding you would relinquish, and you basically go to Raw, or vice versa. Without the championships you won, you would have to re-win that brand championship, which is kind of a bummer, but not really a crushing blow. Mortal Kombat fans. Let's see. Yeah, but my experience with my rise is good. I wanted to get back to gameplay just for a second. The button smashing and the control, the things for submissions and pans and all that stuff. It's a little arcade button smash. So you enjoy the arcade stuff, arcade like button smash. You would get that with your pans and your submissions. Though he told me, though my friend Dub said that for the Money to Bring briefcase, it's a different mini game where you have to like use a ball to unlock. You had to unlock it like 3 different times to get the briefcase. Which he did while he was the champion, I might add. I will end this video with my one biggest gripe. And I don't understand why game companies can't get this straight. So, to make this quick so this video can be ended, my GM. I haven't tackled with Universe other than tackle with some Universe mode. I just looked it over, kind of messed with the champions, making them the current champions or whatnot. I like the, speaking of that, the roster is good. The roster consists of current and released superstars. But my GM, the biggest, and I mean the biggest problem with my GM is that I was expecting to play my GM with my friend. And apparently there is online co-op, but only if you have PlayStation and Steam. If you are on Xbox, like me and my friend aren't, because, I mean, I could have got it for PlayStation, but my friend is on Xbox, so since I got it for Xbox to play with him. And apparently, you cannot play with your friends on Xbox unless they're right next to you. Or if you're with, like, I'm running a YouTube business here, I would have to literally make a video and play for the both of us while he's on the mic. And that sucks. So my GM already, that's the biggest problem. I haven't played enough. I just, I messed around with the different perks and seeing the perks they have, but that, like, to me right now, that was a crushing blow. They have to update that. They have to patch that so Xbox players can play online with their friends, because if they don't, that's a real hit and miss, and that is a real blow to any type of ratings. So yeah, those are my first impressions. That's my only biggest gripe with my GMOs, that on Xbox you cannot play with your friends whatsoever unless you just do a custom lobby where y'all just go against each other with your custom superstars or superstars. And we both right now, both me and my friends, like that's pretty much whack. But you let me know in the comments down below if you've been playing it, what's your first thoughts of the game, and if you enjoyed my first impressions video of WWE 2K22, then you hit that button right there in the upper right corner. Probably gonna put this in my, I'm probably gonna put this in my review. Probably not gonna put this anywhere, but I still will have something right here in the upper right corner. But if you enjoyed this video so much, you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. Do all those great things because it helps me bring you more content like this, because I know you want to see more content from me. That's how I know you want to see more content from me. And hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But I will be back at you with some reactions, which I'm about to do right now.